Attention, men and women of the degenerative world sphere. Do you struggle to conquest your waifu for laifu? Does your boyfu not give you headpats when you want him to? Do you struggle to talk to monster women? Well then, be bothered, flustered, and predicamenticated no more. Contact the Hypno Man and solve all your problems with ease and power the likes of which you have never seen. Astonishing acts of mind-bending and astounding cycle-building. Call to... Okay, I know the thought of being able to seduce any woman or man through strange deceivery and trickery and seemingly through magically imposed mind control sounds amusing, albeit extremely unethical. However, this simply is not hypnosis, although oftentimes portrayed as such. See, I was one day in the midst of witnessing an anime specimen be absolutely overtaken by another respective person, and like a mindless puppet, the hypnotized person did every unimaginable desire the other asked of them. It was such a ghastly sight. It made me question the validity, and in a fit of unhinged curiosity, I decided to find out. Very quickly I found out that really, hypnosis is no more powerful or different than, say, meditation, to some bit of a stretch. Odds are you have been hypnotized or have hypnotized yourself at least one time today. Hypothetically, even daydreaming of all things is kinda like hypnosis, but I digress. You see, hypnosis in reality is less about control and more about focused inquisitiveness. Dearest degenerates, I need you all for a kerfuffly second to kerfuffle with me in a mesmerizing experiment. For science, and to make my point more feasibly coherent and to not overindulge in pure verbosity. Now, simply just relax and focus. Envision yourself amidst a place of complete comfort and tranquil peace. An inviting comfort, whatever that happens to be for you, overwhelms you. An inviting smell lingers in the air, and there's a soothing calmness all around. From the corner of this area that you're situated in, you hear a voice from your favorite waifu or boyfu beckoning to come. Sorta. What are you doing? Demonstrating hypnosis. In theory. It might sound like a very poorly conceived ASMR script, but this is hypnosis to a certain degree. Permit me to elaborate, my degenerates. Hypnosis, as it would have it when referred to scientifically, is merely the act of guiding someone or oneself into a state of relaxed hyperfocus with an inclination to suggestions while subverting things like self-awareness, peripheral awareness, and logic. This doesn't mean that the human under the metaphorical spell will do any and all command no matter how ludicrous or heinous. It's not mind control. And contrary to what many would believe, the person's not unconscious. They're aware of who they are, what they're doing, and of where they are. It's just sort of all muffled, fogged, if you will. Put simply, it's essentially the act of having a sort of tunnel vision where you are more susceptible to go along with ideas presented to you under this trance-like state. For example, smelling or hearing things that aren't really there if suggested by the hypnotist, within reason. And due to logic sort of being at a standstill, the hypnotist can make the person conjure up solutions and ideas that can even seem unorthodox and more creative and outside the box during the state. The way that this is possible is a highly contentious topic and is sort of split between people believing it's all one massive example of the placebo effect in action and people that believe it actually works and it alters the signals of the brain in certain sections of the brain for the duration of the hypno session, such as the dorsal anterior cingulate cortex, insula, and the dorsal lateral prefrontal cortex. The way that these segments are affected being highly reminiscent of the mentioned conditions. So ultimately, no, it simply is not possible to seduce a person through hypnotism unless they admittedly do have an inherent desire for you to begin with. However, interestingly, hypnosis has proven to be an effective treatment for people with addiction, trauma, and bad habits, as it is a way for the mind to be more open and susceptible to change through suggestions guided by a professional in the realm of hypnotism, without giving it the prior conscientious and unconscious avoidance and determine whether or not it is the placebo effect or it actually has a genuine effect on the brain. It seems to have relatively positive effects, even if it could be all in your head. If this sounds like something for you, then call the Hypno Man today. And with that, if you guys enjoyed this video, theoretically, if you have watched this far, then you do enjoy my videos, feel free to leave a like, subscribe to become a certified degenerate scientist, researcher, or what have you. Share this with anybody who you wish to spread my undoubtable yet questionable knowledge to. I always do everything for science, and I'll be back to answer another question no scientist can answer.